What's up, everyone? I'm Dylan Manfredi, and we're at Double Trouble State Park in Berkeley Township, New Jersey. We're biking through here on the main trail and showing you all the cool things along the way. So here it goes. Here are the bathrooms. Very important. How's it going? Yeah. Wow, this is really flowing today over here. This is a little mill run, providing water for the Atlantic White Cedar milling over here. Fun little spot because out of all the times I've been here, I've seen a snake twice on this little wood piece. Very cool. All right, back on the trail. Very swampy back there. The water table's a little lower. You usually see a bunch of pitcher plants chilling on the edge of that water. A dead stand of Atlantic White Cedar to our right here. Just beyond the briery vegetation. Wow. Look at all that sphagnum moss down there. Tons of pitcher plants. Tons of heath. And baby Atlantic White Cedar. Here's beautiful Cedar Creek. It's a really fun kayaking spot in the summer. Actually, they take rentals. Being carried by a van on a little trailer all the way out here and drop people off this way. It goes downstream over here. So in addition to the milling industry here, also cranberry bogs. And legend has it, this place is called Double Trouble because of one season cranberry harvesting when the dam broke twice. So once it was just trouble, and the second time it was double trouble, and they suspect that the beavers here contributed to the dam breaking a second time. Really peaceful. You could hear the trickle of the water coming down from the mill run on that side. Love kayaking this place. So beautiful. Woo! There's that sugar sand again. Let's get to the top of this before we actually start biking. So apparently, this patch of cedars over here was knocked down during Hurricane Sandy. They're doing a restoration project. They planted tons of them. You can see them all over here, these little baby white cedars. So eventually this will be a lush cedar forest again. But for now, you can see those spindly ones over there and a bunch of fell ones. You can even hear them creaking in the breeze if you listen closely enough. So there's so many side trails to explore here. Only scratched the surface thus far, but for today we're going to stay on the main trail. Maybe in the future we'll check out the others. Wow, the water table's so high. Never seen this much water in this canal over here. It's usually just a trickle, and filled with sphagnum moss of the aquatic variety. See, this used to be an old reservoir for the cranberry bog to our right. But over time, succession occurs. Sphagnum moss creates a floating mat for the water. Plants start to take hold. The moss begins to decompose, falls to the bottom, fills up the water, and suddenly what was once a vast expanse of water is now just a trickle. You'll see further up here, still a bit that's open, but eventually this will return to its natural state, an Atlantic white cedar swamp. Beautiful seeing the morning sun glistening between the trees here. Albeit on the camera, it might give you an epileptic effect. Keep your eyes closed. Just kidding. It's a well-traveled trail. A lot of people even like to take their horses here. So, if you're afraid of ticks like myself, it's a good place to go because all the dogs and horses picked them up already. Yeah, here you go. You could really capture the essence of succession here. Open water towards that way, encroaching sphagnum moss mat, and the trees growing on top. Like I say, eventually this will all be filled in. There'll be no more water. Probably not in my lifetime, but one day. Now, along the side to the right here, there are all these little outlets. I ended up passing most of them by, but if you look closely enough at the ground surrounding them, you see a bunch of glistening sundews, which, as I've mentioned in the past, are carnivorous plants that ensnare flying insects and ants with sticky goo and digest them for their nitrogen to supplement whatever little nutrients they can gain from this nutrient poor, boggy environment. I'm going to stray a little bit off the main trail here, which goes that way. I'm going to take a look to the right up here. Like I said, there's so many options, so many ways you can go. This would be a wonderful spot to take your lady. Nice romantic overlook. So beautiful. I can see some mallards over there near the edge of the vegetation. Love them with the green heads. Alright, we're gonna turn it back around here. As you can see down there, tons of cedar roots. That'd be one heck of a bumpy ride on a bike. Water everywhere, going from every which direction. All thanks to ingenious diverting of Cedar Creek over here. So this section of the trail here is notorious for being extra swampy. So we'll see what it's like today. The temperature dropped a couple degrees just going through here. It's crazy. Wow. Extremely swampy today, albeit not frozen. Keep our tires straight here, we're not going to end up in the mud. All a little sphagnum moss on the side of the trail. So peaceful and quiet here. There used to be a sign along this stretch indicating a pitcher plant, but someone took it upon themselves to take the pitcher plant and presumably the sign as well. So it's probably a wonderfully labeled pitcher plant in someone's backyard. Supposedly, this too was once all an open waterway, but succession took over and slowly filled it back up with these majestic white cedars. I forget what these little suckers are called over here, but they look like miniature Christmas trees. There's also a bunch of these along the trail in Wells Mills County Park. Gotta look them back up when I get home. Here's another vantage point of Cedar Creek. Looking beautiful and clean as always. I can stay here all day, but alas, it's time to continue. You used to be able to walk fairly far along this little side trail. Unfortunately, this bit fell out. It looks like water's low enough here to hop down, get back up. Nice little place to explore. All these little paths, take a look at. I'll hop back here. Look at that. Lush moss. Beautiful creek. This isn't heaven, I don't know what is. Fun fact, apparently timber rattlesnakes go hiding under these cedar roots in the winter. Don't want to disturb any today. So that'd be a nasty bite. Here we are, bogs, which are flooded right now, of course, just like we were saying in the Cloverdale video. Flooding helps keep away the insects and other pests that bug the cranberry vines. All these cute little overlooks along the way have a bunch of benches you can take a seat and relax for a bit. If the walk gets too much for you, or you're biking like an animal, you need to catch a deep breath. You can see some of the cranberry vines peeking above the water over here. They turn red in the winter, so they're pretty easy to identify in comparison to all the beige grass around them. Honest to goodness, you wouldn't believe how close you are to the parkway right here. Super peaceful. Only sign is the distant hum of the cars. This is just off exit 77, headed north. case you're curious. Here's what I presume to be an old packing house. Me and my brother went up on the side porch over there once, and I dropped my sunglasses. So, probably somewhere at the bottom of this bog. It was alright, they're a dollar store pair anyway. But they were my favorites. My favorites when I was a kid. I saw a dead coyote along this little stretch here once, which was definitely an interesting surprise. Albeit one I don't want to be surprised with again. Okay, so that concludes today's trip to Double Trouble State Park. Next time we're going to explore some of the secondary trails. With that, have a good Boxing Day, y'all.